Hi guys! So today we're gonna learn about goaling. So, when you guys hear about goaling, what do you guys think about? Gophers. What are gophers? Gophers. Oh, check their logo? Because of logo? Why? Why is this? Why is this gopher? What else? Oh, their mascot name is Gophers? Guys, what else do you guys think about when you guys hear about surfer saying? What? What is surfer saying? Singing surfer? Nep? What is Nep? What else? What else, guys? Guys, focus. Surfer slang. I can't spell today, guys. Sorry, my mistake. So, what else do you guys think about when you guys hear about goaling? What else? What else? What else? What comes to your mind when you guys hear about goaling other than surfer slang, gophers because of the mascot, anything else? Something fast. Why Chinese restaurant? Where did you get Chinese restaurant? Cause it's like golang. Oh my god. Can that be racist? 웃긴데. Google. 고랭. 나시고랭. What is 나시고랭? 그거 음식 아니에요? Isn't that food? Okay, well, that is good. 뭐라고? Sorry. Google. Cheering on someone named Lang? Can someone's name be Lang? I've never heard someone's name Lang before. Okay, well. Today we will be learning about goaling. So, let's read about it, guys. It is super long, but so Go is a statistically typed compiled programming language designed at Google. So whoever said Google, good for you. By Robert Griesmer, Rob Pike, and Ken Thompson. So Go is syntactically similar to C, which we learned about a long time ago. Statically, sorry. I have stats in my mind. Whenever I see that, I think about stats. But anyways, but with memory safety, garbage collection, structural typing, and CSP style concurrency. The language is often referred to as Golang because of its former domain name, golang.org, but the proper name is Go. So you should actually call it Go, not Golang. But I think if you Google search it, it's better to search it with Golang, because when you type in Go, they probably give you definition of what Go is. There are two major implementations: Google's self-hosting GC compiler toolchain targeting multiple operating systems and WebAssembly. Go frontend, a frontend to other compilers with the LiveGo library. With GCC, the combination is GCC Go. With LLVM, the combination is Go LLVM. Okay, interesting. A third-party source-to-source compiler, Gopher.js. Ah, someone mentioned Gophers. Compiles Go to JavaScript for front-end web development. So if you wanted to do front-end web development, you would use the compiler Gopher, which compiles to JavaScript using Go. So the history goes back in 2007. It was designed at Google to improve programming productivity in an era of multi-core networked machine and large code bases. The designers wanted to address criticism of other languages in use at Google. Oh, but kept their useful characteristic. What does that mean? The designers wanted to address criticism of other languages in use at Google, but kept their useful characteristics. So they took out. So they just combined all the languages that they were using in Google and then kept only the useful features, I guess. So from C, they got the static typing and runtime efficiency. From Python or JavaScript, they got the readability and usability, and then high performance networking and net processing. The designers were primarily motivated by their shared dislike of C++. C++. Who does not like C++, guys? Give me a hands up. I don't know why, but people really do dislike C++, guys. Really? Really? You guys really don't like it? What? We'll talk about C++ when it comes to C++ time. Oh, really? 진짜? 이게 다 싫어하냐? Go was publicly announced in November 2009 and version 1.0 was released in March 2012. Go is widely used in production at Google and in many other organizations in open source projects. Oh, you like it? Yeah, this is Go. In November 2016, the Go and Go mono fonts were released by type designers Charles Bigelow. Correct me if I'm saying this wrong, guys, but I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. And Chris Holmes, specifically for use by the Go project. Go mono font. I've never heard about that. Oh, this is the Gophers you guys were talking about. Go is a humanist sans serif which resembles Lucida Grande, maybe, and Go mono in mono spaced. Each of the font adhered to the WGL4 character set and were designed to be legible with a large X height and distinct letter forms. Both Go and Go Mono adhere to the DIN 1450 standard by having a /0 lowercase l with a tail and an uppercase I, I'm guessing, with serif. Or maybe L? What the heck does this mean? So they, I guess, just released the font for Go by these two people? In April 2018, the original logo was replaced with a stylized Go slanted right with tailing streamlines. However, the Gopher mascot remained the same. I didn't know that was their mascot. In August 2018, the Go principal contributors published 2 draft designs for new and incompatible Go 2 language features, generics, error handling, and asked Go users to submit feedback on them. Oh, so there's a Go 2 language? Lack of support for generic programming and the verbosity of error handling in Go 1.x had drawn considerable criticism. I guess they don't have good support then, right? So the design, Go is influenced by C, not C purple. But the emphasis on greater simplicity and safety. But with an emphasis, emphasis on great simplicity and safety. The language consists of syntax and environment adopted patterns more common to dynamic language, optional concise variable declaration, and initialization through type interface. What the heck is this? So I guess this is how they declare instead of using int and then comma or semicolon at the end. So they use x 땡땡은 0. Assignment operator? Oh. This kind of looks like 19 plus stuff. Sorry. Fast compilation, remote package management, and online package documentation. I will shut up about it. Distinctive approaches to particular problems. Built-in concurrency primitives, lightweight processes, channels, and the select statement. An interface system in place of virtual inheritance, and type embedded instead of non-virtual inheritance. Ooh. So this is the way that they try to solve the problem. A tool that by default produces statically linked, oh my god, I almost said statistically, sorry, statically linked native binaries without external dependence. A desire to keep the language specifications simple enough to hold in a programmer's head, in part of omitting features that are common in similar languages. Interesting. There are a bunch of syntax for C. I find it easy, so I guess to declare they use this. For Go. And types. So Go has a number of built-in types including numeric ones, booleans, and character strings. Strings are immutable. Built-in operators and keywords provide concatenation, comparison, and UTF-8 encoding, decoding. Record types can be defined with a struct keyword. So they use struct. This is a new... Hey Maddie, thank you for the raid. This is a new type of word I've never seen. For each type T and each non-negative integer consists n, there is an array type denoted NT. Arrays of differing length are thus of different types. 뭔 소리야? So there's different each type of T. What is this T? Pointers are available for all types, and the pointer to T. What is this T that they're talking about? Oh, type! Oh, they noted this T as type, sorry. And then non-negative integer are this little n. Oh. And the point to type is denoted with this. So if you wanted to do a pointer to key type, you denote it with that. That is so confusing. Struct is similar to class in other language. Oh, so when they're talking about record types, they're basically talking about class. It's completely new language that you have to know of. Then that's too much brain usage. 너무 생각 많이 해야 되는데? Address taking and indirection use the end sign and the apostrophe 이거 뭐냐? As what is this thing called? Type, person, struct, name, string, age, int. Wow. Is that how you write Golang? That is so confusing. Wow. So it's completely new language. 완전 새로운 건데. Wow. This is what I felt about when I wanted to look into what's the React Native version for Go, or so sorry, for Google. I forgot. Swift. Was it called Swift? That one is Flutter. I don't know why I thought of Swift. Swift is another language, right? Swift is the iOS? Yeah. Flutter. Sorry, I got confused. Flutter. For a pair of types KV, the type map K V is the type of hash tables. Wow, they suddenly talk about hash tables. Hash tables are built into the language and special syntax and built-in function. Wow, and then chan-t is a channel that allows sending values of type T between concurrent Go processes. Aside from its support for interfaces, Go type system is nominal. The type keyword can be used to define a new name type, which is distinct from other names type that have the same layout. Some conversions between types are predefined, and adding a new type of define additional conversions, but conversions between named types must always be invoked explicitly. This is so confusing. I've never heard about Go, so I just wanted to know their history and just like the rough idea. But I think Go is completely different from, like, in terms of language. What is it? IPv type? To change the type for the IPv4 address. 이런 것도 있어 막. With this type definition, this thingy interprets the int32 value x as an IP address. Oh. Simply assigning x to a variable of type black is type error. So this is another thing. 이거는 완전 다른 건데? So type is actually more for I've never seen anything in other languages where they change the type for IP address? What? Sometimes there's a reason why we never heard from a language. Go isn't that different from most statistic. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep reading statically typed for statistically. This is what happens when you learned about R the other day, last week. Yeah, but if the syntax is different, I don't know. For me, I'm a very slow learner. So if the syntax is different, then I'm like, what's type? And I swear I'm gonna forget something. Oh, bye, Maddie. Thank you for the raid. So disgusting. But anyways, let's move on. So I guess they also can do something like, there's an example related to an IP address. So any name type has a method set associated with it. The IP address example above can be extended with a method for checking whether its value is a known standard. So not only do they do, I guess, like front end, they could do like different types of functionality. So I guess checking IP addresses. Or is that something that every other language can do? It's like, and then Go does it a bit differently, where they add a function using the IPv4 address. I'm guessing that's the ADDR would stand for the address. No? Why are they talking about the IP address here then? But they're giving an IP address example. Is Go used a lot? This language is too confusing, guys. It's too confusing. Well, let's see if we can move on and get something that I can understand. Just an example? I wonder why they gave an example related to, like, IP. Where's my hello world? Why aren't they giving me how to write a hello world? That's what I was expecting. Usually when they give me like a example, that's what they start with. Then I was like, why are they starting with an IP? Anyways, let's move on. The interface system. The Go provides two features that replace class inheritance. The first is embedding, which can be viewed as an automated form of... Don't know why, but suddenly I looked into autonomous. Go programming language is used for server programming. Oh, see, that's what I was questioning about. But then they also wanted to use it for like front end, didn't they? Here? I guess they could use it using the third-party source. Oh. FMT? What's FMT? I've never... So what does a server programming do? Do you program the server? Does that sound like a weird way of asking questions? So Go provides two features. We just talked about that. The second is interfaces, which provides runtime polymorphism. Interfaces are a class of types and provide a limited form of structural typing in the otherwise nominal type system of Go. An object which is of an interface type is also of another type, much like C++ objects, being simultaneously of a base and derived class. Go interfaces were designed after protocols from the Smalltalk programming language. Oh, really? Multiple sources use the term duck typing when describing Go interface. Why? Why duck typing? What is duck typing? Guys, what's duck typing? This can be done with every programming language? The server? Oh. Guys, what's duck typing? Do you type like a duck? Although the duck typing is not precisely defined and therefore not wrong, it usually implies that type conformance is not statistically checked. Or sorry, statically. I'm sorry guys, my brain's not working. Since conformance is since conformance to a Go interface is checked statically by the Go compiler, the Go authors prefer the term structural typing. I feel like this got longer last time I read it. So I guess it's multiple things added together, no? If object of type A has all fields and functions of type B, then it is also of type B, even though the object is explicitly defined as type B. Oh, that's duck typing, and that's how you use Go? Do you type in Go, Dog? Oh. Wait, so if I want to get into Google, I should know Golang. Wow. So crazy. So the information, the example below is if sharp, square, and circle are defined as, well, for example, if are defined as all this, wow, this is a big long sentence, guys. Look at this. For example, if sharp, square, and circle are defined as import math, type sharp. Oh, shape, not sharp. Shape. Interface. What is area here? They define the type. Type is class. I have to remember since they have different language. Oh, wait, struct is class. Ah, what is interface then? What is interface in different language? Oh. Yeah, isn't it so confusing? I don't like this. But I guess they do explain a little bit about the interface systems and then for the different types. Ah, 아까는 우리가, so we just learned about the struct type. There's also interface system, which is another type of type. Why do they use the same interface is interface in other language? Really? Yeah, all docs are confusing. And then there's package system. We know package. Package is package. And then concurrency, Go routines, and channels. So they also have channels. Go language has built-in facilities as well as library support for writing concurrent programs. Concurrency refers not only to CPU parallelism. 여기는 어디야 액센트가? parallelism. I don't know. But also to asynchrony. Parallelism. This is such a hard word. What is interface in C++ though? That's a good question. You think I'd know? Parallelism. 발음 이상해. 이상하지 않아요? 나만 그런가? Letting slow operations like a database or network read run while the program does other work is common in event-based servers. That's so good. The primary concurrency construct is a Go routine, a type of lightweight process. A function called prefix with the Go keyword starts a function in a new Go routine. The language specification does not specify how Go routines should be implemented, but current implementations multiplex a Go process, Go routines on a smaller set of operating system threads, similar to the scheduling performed in Erlang. Oh. What is a lightweight process? Maybe something that's not too heavy? Sorry guys. Oh, maybe that was a stupid way of explaining what lightweight process was. Obviously. Thank you, Brett. Didn't that sound so stupid, guys? What is lightweight process? A function called prefix with the Go keyword starts a function in a Go routine. the language. 와, 4,000원 감사합니다. 감사해요. So it is pretty much that, not heavy. Oh, so I did get it right. Oh, I thought I sounded stupid. You know, like when you're trying to like figure out what that word means and you just end up like dissecting like bits and parts of it. That's this means. That means that. I guess if you run heavy things. So, if you run a lot of things in the process, then doesn't it make it heavy? Like, the reason why I thought I kind of guessed what lightweight meant was when I was running Python. I know this is completely different, but when I was running Python to do a couple of like machine learnings, I still remember I had to turn my computer on for like 5-6 hours just to get the result, because there was so many things being like so many data that I had to go through, and the algorithm that I was using was so complicated, somewhat complicated, that it just took so long to figure out the end results and get my R number, so like how close I was to the actual value. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe then they're saying that this Go routine is a type of a lightweight process. I wonder why they call it Go routine. So moving on, while a standard library package featuring most of the classical concurrency control structure is available, idiomatic concurrent programs instead of prefer channels which send messages between Go language. Oh. So channel is another type of way of sending message. channel은 sending message. Optional buffers store messages in FIFO order. So first come first first come first serve 아니네? What's FIFO? First in first out인가? First in first out. And allow sending Go routines to process before their messages are received. Channels are typed so that a channel of type T can only be used to transfer messages of type T. Type T only transfer messages of type T. I'm thinking channels are like messenger. Special syntax is used to operate on them. CH is an expression that causes the executing Go routine to block until a value comes in over the channel CH, while CH2X sends the value X, causing to block until a value comes in over the channel. So channel is like storage space, I guess. The built-in switch-like select statement can be used to implement non-blocking communication on multiple channels. There's examples below. Go has a memory model describing how Go routines must use channels or other operations to safely share data. Wow. So now from here, it seems like they're talking about like channels, how it's working. So all of this that they're talking about from here are different functions in Golang that can be used. So there is suitability for parallel programming. What is parallel programming? Although Go's concurrency features are not aimed primarily at parallel processing, so processing it together, I'm guessing that's what parallel processing means. They can be used to program shared memory multiprocessor machines. Various studies have been done into the effectiveness of this approach. One of the studies compared the size and speed of programs written by a seasoned programmer not familiar with the language and corrections to those programs by a Go expert. Oh, this is interesting. Doing the same for Chapel Silk. I don't know how to pronounce this, sorry guys. At Intel TBB, the study found that the non-expert tended to write dive and concur algorithm with one go statement per recursion, while the expert wrote distribute works synchronized programming using one go routine per processor. The expert's program were usually faster, but also longer. What's the difference between faster and longer? It took a longer time. Go routines are a type of green thread. They try to maximize concurrency by making it have low overhead to create threads. So they make bunch of threads. Is what a Go routine does. Just think prom night. Why prom night? In general, the focus of Go is to make things run efficiently and safely. So this is, I guess, one way of running it efficiently, I guess. And they compared it with other things. It means executing two instructions at the same time. Concurrent is doing multiple things. Parallel is doing parts of the same problem in many different threads. Oh, really? I thought parallel was concurrent. So when you're talking here about thread, what does the purpose thread do then? Yeah, I don't think you can write a game with Go. I think Go is used for just front end. I mean, everywhere. It's just a type of language. What's thread that you're talking about? Yeah, you guys should figure out what games are made with Go then. That'll be interesting to look into, guys. Lack of race conditions safely. Go approach to concurrency can be summarized as don't communicate by sharing memory, share memory by communicating. 진짜 그러네. It's like what Nine Dog said. Make it efficient and safer. So they want you to communicate to share memory. 너무 이건 당연한 거 아닌가? There are no restrictions on how Go routines access shared data, making race conditions possible. Specifically, unless a program explicitly synchronizes via channel or other means. A channel here might mean thread that you guys are talking about. Writes from one Go routine might be partly, entirely, or not at all visible to another, often with no guarantees about ordering of write. Furthermore, Go internal data structures like interface values, slice headers, hash tables, and string headers are not immune to race conditions. So type and memory safety can be violated in multi-threaded programs that modify shared instance of those types without synchronization. Instead of language support, safe concurrent programming thus relies on conventions. For example, Krishna recommends an idiom called what is SOAR? Aliases? SOAR? XOR? Mutable? Meaning that passing a mutable value over a channel signals a transfer of ownership over the value to its receiver. Ah, they're not the same thing. Aliases. Thank you. Channel is basic data structure. 아, 얘는 data structure이구나. 아, thread은 또 data structure이야. 와. Data structure communicate between go routinei thread라고. Go routinei green thread. No. The purpose of this is for me to get confused. A green thread. Oh. Threads are the context where computer instructions are executed. A non-threaded program can be thought of as having one thread. Non-threaded programming can be thought of as having one thread, while multi-threaded programs allow you to run multiple things at the same time within the same process. Oh. Threads have instructions. And I'm guessing this is more like a common terminology amongst programmers. No? Yeah, there's so many other things. There's like binaries, omissions. Oh, finally. Hello. Okay, I'm getting it. Most threads are scheduled by the operating system, while green threads are scheduled by the runtime of the language. Oh. What do you mean by scheduled by the runtime of the language? Sorry. To understand why Go has these features, you first need to know about other concepts. Yeah, it seems that there's other concepts that I have to know about. If you're a non-programmer, if you don't know about these concepts, then there's no point of like trying to understand this, because I think it deals with like concepts that are more technical related to Go. Well, then let's move on. Let's look into style and then tools that they are using. Maybe you could get a bit of understanding through that, guys. So Go authors put substantial effort into influencing the style of Go programs. Indentation, spacing, and other surface level details of code are automatically standardized by the Go FMT. I'm guessing that's format tool. Go lint. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Does additional style checks automatically, but has been deprecated and archived by the Go maintainers. I didn't think that was an actual thing. Linter? So if you have 10 threads but 2 processors, you can only run 2 threads at the same time. This is like how you can run more processors than you have processes. Thank you, Nathaniel. Go enforces rules that are recommendations in other languages. For example, banning... 뭐야? Oh my god, this kind of reminds me, sorry, random story, but Wordle, where I like type in random words and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Sorry, guys. Cyclic. Oh, so the second C works as cyclic. 감사해요. Sorry guys, I'm so stupid. So cyclic dependencies, like A depends on B, and at the same time B depends. Ah, that's cyclic dependencies. Oh. Oh, they're banning cyclic dependencies, unused variables or imports. So why would they ban cyclic dependencies? Oh, I learned something new, guys. Oh, chat is cyclic to me. Oh, that's a nice way of putting it. The omission of certain features. For example, functional programming shortcuts like map and Java style try finally. Oh, that's actually a shortcut? Like functional language finally? I know try was one. And on day one, the Go team published a collection of Go idioms and later also collected code review comments, talks, and official blog posts to teach Go style and code philosophies. The tools that they're using, there's also Go build, which builds Go binary using only information in the source file themselves, no separate make files. Go test for unit testing and micro benchmarks. Go format for formatting code. Oh. So do they make it just pretty, like the indents and everything? Bad idea in other language. Illegal in Go. Oh. Also coming in Go 1.18 is support for generics. Oh. Ah, 맞아. Try catch. I know. FMT pronounced fumped? Really? Fumped? Oh, really? Instead of FMT? Fumped. 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 Oh, I learned something new today, guys. Go install for retrieving and installing remote packages. Makes sense. Go vet, a static analyzer looking for potential errors in code. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder if it's like vet. Go run, a shortcut for building and executing code. Go doc for displaying document or serving it via HTTP. Go rename for renaming variable functions and so on in a type-safe way. Go generate, a standard way to invoke code generators. Oh. There's also other things. Finally, guys! Finally! Hello world! My favorite example. So they bring out the package called main and then they import fumped. We learned about fumped, guys. Create a function in the main and all they do is, oh wait, but that's format. They're formatting code. Format print line hello world. Where fumped is the package for formatted IO, similar to C's C file input output. 이렇게 쓰네. It's not simple. But then I'm shocked that they didn't have go fumped. I thought it was go fumped. That you had to type in like go fumped like this, I guess. And then examples of concurrency, but we're gonna skip this because I don't exactly understand concurrency since I think I have less knowledge. So when they say format your code, I thought they were doing the indents and everything. So it works as kind of the HTTP where they format it if I want to have like a header to print. Maybe that's not the right thing I'm understanding for format. Because I thought it just did the role of, you know how if you download No++, they automatically indent to the format? And I thought you just had to call that out to format it. But there's also a format package that has all the printing stuff to format strings and output. Ah. There are two things. One is a package to format output form program. And program called Go format is to use format source code. So you're right. Oh, okay, so there's two format thingies that they call. Oh, you are a bit confusing. And then there's testing. So they extract username via email, and then they take out the thingamabobby, and then they return email ads. You test the code, there's a test code, you extract username using a function, and then you use all this. It actually looks like an actual like wording, you know? You kind of understand roughly what's going on. And then if user does not equal r, what is fatal f? Fatal f got v n. I don't know how you guys are so good at using all these like language. Ah, this is run parallel. Oh. It's kind of if. 아, 이렇게도 되네. 아, this is parallel processes. So you run two codes at once in this function together at the same time, right? Oh. There's the web app, so you import prompt log net http hello function, and you print. So I think there's like an printf version, and then list it. For the applications that's currently being used or currently written in Go language is Caddy. Oh, Caddy. Oh. Console cockroach DB. Ew. Juju. A service orchestration tool. What is that? Net messaging. OpenShift. It seems like there's a lot of like cloud service, open source messaging system, team chat system. Oh wow, implementation of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Set of tool for deploying Linux containers. Open source, wow, you SQL database. Scale out, messaging. Wow, command line program to manage file on cloud service. So instead of actually building a like website to function app type of thingy, it's more used as tools, I think. Right? Oh, Docker? What is Docker? Sorry, I skipped that one. I believe Cockroach DB is named because the DB never dies like cockroach. Oh, that's a good name though. Is that backend? We know Dropbox, who migrated some of their critical components from Python to Go. Also, it can be used instead of Python. So can you do like machine learning on Go? Oh, Ethereum. The Go Ethereum implementation of the Ethereum virtual machine blockchain for the cryptocurrency. Oh, really? Oh, GitLab. Google. A download server. Heroku? The DB? MongoDB. Tools for administering MongoDB instance. Netflix, SoundCloud for dozens of systems. I like this. For dozens of systems. We have too much. Twitch, guys. Twitch. What is NetLifey? Guys, Twitch for their IRC based chat system. So you guys are basically using Go right now when you're typing. Isn't that cool? And then Uber for handling high volumes of geofence-based queries. Reception, naming dispute. Stuff. And then some of the criticism that they say is Go's nil combined with the lack of algebraic types leads to difficulty handling failures and base cases. What is nil? Nil? Oh, null. Nil? Go does not allow an opening brace to appear on its own line, which forces all Go programmers to use the same brace style. While semantics in Go standard libraries are heavily based on POSIX, P-O-S-I-X, semantics, and they do not map well to the Windows platform. Note that this problem is not particular to Go, but other programming languages have solved it though through well-defined standard libraries. Same as null. Null is also used in some languages historically. So is null is also type of language. So that's long information about Go. Wow, I didn't remember being this long, guys. So, conclusion. Conclusion, guys. Conclusion. Now, when you guys... Since we already learned about Go, when you guys hear Go language, what do you guys think about? Conclusion. For me, I did like the word. I did like. Purpose is efficiently, but safely, or end and safely. Money maker. So if you know how to program in Go, if you know Go, you make lots of money. You get money. And I think a lot of companies are starting to migrate. Well, I was shocked that they're moving from Python to Go. I wonder why. Sorry, Python. So it would be nice to create something using Go language. Cause Python is slow. 얘가 느려서. Slow. 얘는 fast. If you were to learn this language, how long do you think it'll take? Like a couple months? 3 months? Very smart engineers refer to Go as elegant. Oh, elegant. Elegant programming. But that's all for Golang. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Golang, guys.